Hey dancers, do you know that the biggest shift that happens in mindset is when you get aware of your thought, of your patterns? Because this is the exact moment when you can start to decide and then embody. If you want to know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. Hello creative souls, welcome to this sanctuary where you can transform your dance and soul and speak your authentic voice. I am Chandini, I am a dancer, and now I like to guide dancers to really own their dance career, own their term, but that also comes with building a very strong mindset, because you also need to understand that you are manifesting your entire life, included your dance career. So this is why I support a dancer to create their mindset that's going to be completely favorable to them. So if you're new here, you can subscribe to this channel and you can start to like this video, because the topic of this podcast is going to be very interesting. So we started a new series called Practical Guide to Mindset, because let's be honest, because of self-development knowledge and everything, and psychology specifically, a lot of concepts are shared over there. But I'm saying it truly and honestly here. Psychology, pattern, behavior, and all stuff like that are just another belief we are buying into it. And I do not anymore resonate with any belief that say that if a person behave like this, this is what it means. If a person behave like that, this is what it means. Because I came to learn law of assumption and manifestation, and now I know that everything is just going to be what I say is going to be. Whatever I perceive, whatever thought I entertain, whatever story I entertain about the situation, someone or something, is going to always be reflected in my reality. Your reality comes after a thought process. It's not a real-time feedback. It's a daily mirror that's going to reflect everything you are being thinking in your mind. So you cannot change anything in your reality or in your dance career if you don't realize it, if you are not aware of what's going on. And awareness, it is exactly what is going to give space between you and all your thought pattern. So let's start. What the fuck is this awareness? So awareness is just noticing your thoughts. It's just observing your emotional reaction when a situation pop up. It's becoming conscious about how you operate. How do you identify yourself? With what do you identify yourself with? And again, I'm starting right away with the first biggest trap. I'm ready with my bullshit slapper. There is one bullshit to slap. When I came to know all of that, of course, I went through different teaching, because everyone has their own way to teach. And I saw that also people teach from their limiting perspective, when me and a lot of people want just to share the knowledge. This is the knowledge. This is what the law, the physical quantic state, the neuroscience state, and let's not give any interpretation of it. Let's just stick to what says the law. So if you want to have to remind yourself what's really mindset, law of assumption, manifestation, you can go back to my playlist about the fundamental of mindset that's there on my channel. So when I started to heard about awareness and that we are creating our own reality, I remember that hearing some coaches, some preachers saying that, oh, if there is things that's manifesting in your reality and you doesn't like, this is your fault. It's not your fault. We were not conscious about it. We didn't know it was working like that. Yes, we manifested it, but not being conscious of it. So we cannot say we are really responsible in the guilt term. You know what I mean? Yes, we have to take our responsibility of, okay, I didn't know how, because I didn't know, I created this reality. I don't like it. I'm going to change it. Okay. I'm taking my responsibility for that. I'm not going to enter the blame game of these people did this, these people did that. I just take responsibility for that. But again, awareness is not a tool to judge yourself. It's not a tool to criticize yourself. It's not a tool to start to hyper-monitor everything in your mind, to hyper-analyze, to over-analyze, to also shame yourself. No. Awareness is just there to realize what's going on, then we can decide. End of story. The blame game, the judging ourselves is gone. We are not doing mindset to judge ourselves more harder than when we were doing before. No fucking way. I will never agree with that. Taking responsibility for something does not mean we have to feel guilty. It does not mean we have to torture ourselves. So awareness is just be aware of what we are thinking. And why it is important is because when it's unconscious, we cannot do anything about it. It runs us without even us being aware of it, without even knowing it. It decides for us. This is where is the problem. But once we become conscious about something, once we see it, we realize it, we observe it, then we can interrupt and disrupt it. We can take a decision over it. This is the most important thing. And choice can only exist when there is awareness. Really. I really stand by that. Once you're aware, then it's your responsibility to choose. If you're not aware, you're not really responsible. You're not conscious about it. So now, let's understand that our identity is actually very defined by the repetitive thought, by the stories we are entertaining in our mind, because we identify with them. This is what I mean identity, with what we identify. So for example, let's say that, I always take this example because it's the most simple. You are a dancer, you want absolutely to be booked for this event and it's not happening. Do you identify at that moment when you get that rejection? First, do you accept it? Like, okay, I got rejected. Or do you think like, no, actually, they are going to call me back. They are not rejecting me. That's also a possibility in manifestation. But how do you identify yourself? If you identify with, oh, anyway, they don't understand me. Oh, anyway, I am always rejected. Oh, anyway, I'm never chosen. Oh, anyway, I'm always struggling. Then you see that your identification is something that's actually not favorable, because this identification is what is going to manifest. So do you want to manifest to be the person that's never chosen, that's always have to struggle and everything? I don't think so. When in the other side, you have the person who can say like, you know what, I don't care. They are going to choose me because anyways, everyone chooses me. I am the best. And then I'm going to decide if finally I go or no. It may sound a little cocky. It may sound a little, maybe like too much overconfident but no, I'm not saying like you have to behave like that in front of people. I'm saying like what you have to entertain in your mind. This is not the same thing. In your mind, you should entertain only the story when you are chosen, when you are the only option. When, yes, you are the best, you are great. But when you think you are the best, it's not to diminish others. It's just to think like, in my reality, I am the best. You see, that also will be a topic for another video, but we have to start with this concept of humility as, oh, I am humble. So no, most of the time we use humility to be a way to degrade ourselves, to think less about ourselves, and to not dare to think like we are good enough. This is why I don't like humility anymore. I have no problem to say I am the best. And it does not mean like others are not good. I am the best dancer on the planet. No, I am the best at what I'm doing. At what I'm doing, I am the best. Not in general way. I am the best at who I am and at what I am doing. And it's always being reflected in my reality, because my reality is my own creation. I'm not taking anything to anyone. So this is what you should understand as well. So when you spot a thought in your mind or a situation is happening, okay, you are there connected in your mind. Oh, what do I thinking right now? Just observe. Just hear what you're saying in your mind. Hear it. If it's unfavorable, and you feel like you have been already repeating that, and you have already taught that several times before, you must rewire it. Or then you take in consideration that that's going to keep manifesting. If you want it to stop to manifest, you must rewrite it. Rewrite it would just mean, this is what it will look like. Clearly. I'm hearing this thought. Okay, I don't want that to be true. I don't like this thought. It's unfavorable to me. I don't want to think that. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person who is chosen. I want to be the person who is confident. I want to be the person, the dancer who is making a living easily with their dance, and they are good at what they are doing. They are the best at what they are doing. Okay. I hear this thought is there. Okay. But I decide that now, this is not true anymore. I don't want to identify with that anymore. I'm just reacting right now because I'm having an emotion, I'm having a moment, but I decide I do not identify with that. Yes, I'm upset right now, but I am chosen. I decide now to think that I am chosen anyway. This rejection, not for me, not part of my reality anymore. This is exactly how you rewire. This is how you interrupt and disrupt a pattern that's happening. It may sound silly, But I dare you, it's not that much easy sometimes to do it in the reality, especially when it's a topic with high emotional charge. But when you do it, it's extremely powerful for your mind. Extremely powerful, you have no idea. It looks, I'm saying it looks silly, but I swear this works. And this is what you should do over and over, because now what you are being repeated to yourself in an unfavorable way, you have to repeat it now to yourself in the most favorable way. This is the game now. This is how we rewrite, because at the moment you say it, it starts to be true. It starts to rearrange your reality, even though you don't see it. But you will need to stick to that decision. You cannot say like, oh, now I'm chosen. Tomorrow, no, I'm not chosen finally. No, I'm chosen again. No, I'm not chosen. Because you will manifest a kind of a chaotic reality. And I can tell you that, I can talk about this chaos a lot because I have been experiencing it a lot, because I have been always not sticking to my decision before, when I was not properly understanding mindset and I was still playing with it and trying to understand and trying billions of techniques people were talking about. But when I came back to the principle of assumption, the concept about you decide what's true for you, you decide what thought you entertain, and what you entertain anyway has to manifest in your reality. When you understand there is only that to do, everything changes. So, beginning, when you will start to do this mindset, this is what I want to do this series as a practical guide. If you are starting mindset, or if you are being already practicing it, but you want to go back like me to the basics because at one moment you feel you are get lost. Beginning, it can feel like you're just spending your time doing retrospective. Oh, now I see why that is manifesting. I have been entertaining this thought. Oh, now I feel that I have been identifying like this, like that. Okay, it's fine. Be gentle and give grace to yourself, really. After months of already practicing that and being in that awareness, you would really feel like now you are taking decision. You would really feel that now you are disrupting all those patterns. This is where will be the game changer, actually. And now, if you want to have that practical guide about, okay, how do I apply that each and every day in my life, how it looks like? The idea is not hyper monitor every of your thought. I thought that in the beginning, and I can tell you that I got exhausted by that. Because this is not what we are supposed to do. First, not all thought manifest. Only the repetitive one that became your dominant assumption, your dominant belief. The things like you really believe, or if you don't believe it, you keep repeating it to yourself over and over, even though you don't like it. But you keep repeating to yourself. It's all of a sudden you have crazy thoughts about, oh my God, and what is, I get crushed by this truck when I cross the road. It's not going to manifest because you don't really believe that. It's not an assumption. You just got a random thought. We have 60,000 thoughts average by day. I can tell you like there is no way you can monitor all of them. What matters is that, for example, when you are dancing, when you are going to post, when you are interacting with some family member, when you are checking your bank account, in those moments, what do you think? Because you can be sure that they are the reason why right now it looks like that. This is what the most repetitive thought you should be aware of. Knowing that they are the one holding the power right now. So you notice them, you observe them, even though you are, when I say observing, it's not always going to look like you're calm and serene and just looking at those thoughts and thinking like, okay, I'm just observing them. No, sometimes it's going to fucking look like chaos because you are emotionally charged and involved. That's okay. You can still observe them even though you are angry, you are disappointed, you are frustrated, you are sad, you are crying and all the shit. You can still observe them. Observe them mean like, okay, I am aware I am thinking that right now. It feels like hell, but I am aware. And you can start to, and what I'm saying right now, this how-to is gonna happen within a second. But beginning it looks like a little process that will take a couple of minutes. Sometimes it can take some hours, but after it will be like a natural, automatic way, and you will solve that in a second, really, truly. Then you should ask yourself, okay, what I feel? Why do I feel like that? Why do I feel triggered? Because I feel that it means this. For example, you are not taken for this dance contract, and you feel like, why do you feel so sad? Because I feel like maybe money is hard to make. I'm not enough seen. I need this job. I want to be paid to dance, or I never feel chosen. Why I always get this rejection? And it reminds you maybe something in your past. Doesn't matter. Name the feeling. Name this emotion. See what you are telling yourself. See how you identify yourself. Oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. Okay, but I want to be chosen actually. Okay. Then we are going to rewrite that. But before that, try as much as possible to neutralize what's happening. Beginning, you will be triggered like shit. And there is always event that could still, after years of practice, trigger you like shit. It's not a problem. We are human. We have emotion. You have human experience. It's normal. So what we are trying to do is trying to neutralize. Remember that we are in power. We are manifesting. We can change that. We just need to change our thought. It's okay. If it's happening right now, it's not because it is true. It's just because I have been repetitively thinking about it or assuming that. Once you're there, you decide. Okay, what do I want to decide to think right now? No, I am always chosen. I am that dancer who is valued. I am that dancer who has reconnection. And I don't need to hustle for that. I am naturally seen. I am naturally chosen because this is who I am. You rewrite that. And every time your mind will bring contradiction, you remind yourself that. You keep deciding over and over, no matter what you see in front of you. Really, it's important, this sentence, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, even if the entire reality is screaming at, no, you are not chosen. You have to stay grounded and say, yes, I am chosen. It will be challenging sometimes, but in real life, this is what it's going to be. This is how you rewire your mindset. This is how you start. Without awareness, nothing is going to be possible. How can you decide something you're not aware of? So if you are new in mindset, your first step will be, okay, let's go get aware. And I'm not saying like you have to do your entire past and have a huge list of things to change because you realize you have 1,000 of limiting beliefs. This is what happened when I came to mindset. I was thinking like, oh my God, I need to change my entire life. This is going to be so hard. I have to change all my money mindset. I have to change my mindset about relationship. I have to say my mindset about this and that and dance and what's possible in business. And I was like, I will never going to make it. Like there was so much I thought like I have to erase my entire mind and to insert a new ship, with a software. I was thinking like there is so much. And knowing that, I already had a good self-concept. So imagine people who doesn't even have a good self-concept. They imagine like it's like a complete opposite life they need to make. It feels pressure. It feels scary. And you're feeling like, I will never have time to think about all these things. So the aim is just to catch it one by one when it's happening. Oh, right now it's happening. What do I decide? I decide that. Okay, move on. Next one. You see, you have to start to practice it. And don't be afraid to be aware of a lot of things. Don't become an hyper-aware of, oh, now I'm aware of all these things. Must be careful and very careful about what I think, what I say, what I do. No, I have been in that phase also. This is why I'm saying that. No, it's just like, okay, I am aware. I don't care. Now everything works in my favor. Just that will overrule a lot of your limiting belief. Everything works in my favor. I always get what I want. And I am the best. That will include each and everything in your life. And then when the situation comes, you just rewire it. No, I am always chosen. I'm always chosen. Or I always get the money. Or it's easy to get paid for me. Or I don't need to do collaboration I don't like. I always get the best collaboration. Or whatever you want to think. You just get aware. And it will be easier and easier to do that. Because you will train your mind to have this thought practice. So then you will have more. It will feel more easy to go back to it. I'm not saying that emotionally it will feel easy, but in the practical aspect of deciding in your mind, that will be easier because you will be trained to do that. And again, there will be some topic that will be harder than other because of emotional investment, and that's okay. It still works. The law still works. It's just how we perceive it that makes us feel like struggling, but in the term of the eyes of the physics quantic and the neuroscience, like manifesting a free cup of coffee, a free house, or having millions of dollars in your bank account is the same. It's not more hard. What makes it harder is how we perceive it. So just start with awareness. And if you have already been in mindset for quite a time, just go back to the principle as easy as possible. Don't get tricked by thousands of techniques and you need this and you need that. No. The basic law, it's always the same. The thought and the stories you're entertaining in your mind are the one manifesting. Are you okay with that? Or do you need to decide a new truth? That's all it is. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it has been very useful for you. If you have any question, any concern, you can drop it in the section below of the comment. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to be here so much. I wish you a very good weekend and see you again next week.